Movies these days just don't do it for me. Now, it might be the hyper short attention spans that this generation normalized, but I really just can't sit down and do anything. Read a book? Can't do that. Video longer than 3 minutes? Cannot one. Practice? Definitely cannot. Now, to be fair, yeah, there's really nothing I can say to make this better. But what if I told you there was a movie that catered to that exact generation of people? Or more like the generation before it. Because having an attention span smaller than my kukubet is not a new thing. Before there was TikTok and stories, society had, well, this. Back when MTV still called itself music television and wasn't a waste of your monthly Astro subscription fee, the bulk of MTV's content was music videos. MTV affected the youth of the past just like how social media has affected the youth of today. It reduced attention spans and created a fixation towards the bold and the exciting, so that by the early 1990s, the MTV generation was already an established societal niche, just like the millennials and Gen Z of today, except more affluent and more blasé about society. And so, for the disaffected youths longing for something poignant, yet unable to sit still for long enough to comprehend anything poetic, I raise you this masterpiece. Chungking Express is a 1994 Hong Kong movie directed by Wong Kar-wai and starring Tony Leung, Kam Sing Mo, Fei Wong, and Bridget Lin. It revolves around the stories of two policemen and the women in their lives as they navigate being alone in the chaos of Hong Kong after both being dumped by their girlfriends. A lot of words, I know, but a rather simple story nonetheless. Within the director's filmography, Chungking Express is actually one of only 3 films set in contemporary Hong Kong. Or at least contemporary for the time lah. His debut film, As Tears Go By, is your typical 80s Hong Kong gangster flick, and his 5th film, Fallen Angels, was envisioned as part of Chungking Express, but he spun off the story and created something entirely different, yet still a heavyweight of Hong Kong cinema even today. On its release, Chungking Express was described as MTV-like in its energy, and it's really not hard to see why. Stylized camera techniques and unique, energetic cinematography by Wong's partner in crime Christopher Doyle make the movie something entirely fun and exciting, if not style over substance, but in the best possible way. Because the style and everything in this movie is why I love it so much. You can call me an uncultured swine all you want, but while the story of solitude and finding quirky love is all fine and well, the stylistic elements of the movie tell a story more beautiful than the sum of its parts. It's a story about a sprawling city, one made of dualities, bathed in darkness but full of harsh neon light. It's a place where you rub shoulders but never really know anyone. Deafeningly crowded, yet incredibly lonely. It was a city on the brink of a nervous breakdown, because in 1994, every Hong Konger awaited the handover. In 3 years' time, they wouldn't be British subjects anymore, but citizens of the People's Republic of China. The movie is set in a city hurtling towards a future that neither it nor people responsible for it could foresee. The isolation and aimlessness of its characters is part and parcel of a city left to its own devices and wondering, well, what's next? And that's why I love it so much. We're taken on a whirlwind ride of Faye's escapades into Lok Sam Sam's flat and of Chi Mo's attempt to find love again. But the backdrop of their adventure is less a stage curtain and more a mirror, reflecting their common anxieties towards us, the humble viewer. The city is itself a character, and in that way the movie takes on an almost cinema verite-like quality, because it tells the story of Hong Kong and Hong Kongers during a time of great uncertainty. And as a boy in a crowded city fatally in love with the lights, the film resonates with me. The beauty of Chungking Express is its versatility to interpretation, a result of its vague yet memorable and sickly sweet plot. I love it because it's a fun, intelligent and light-hearted 100 minutes. And just like the city it portrays, even that's a bygone era in today's world. Though films have always had to choose between satiating critics and the average moviegoer, Chungking Express is actually unique in its duality. It's brilliantly simple, yet it never becomes the mere plaything of art house cinema enthusiasts. As a movie steeped in the MTV generation, it's accessible, but it doesn't pander. It's comfortable in its new wave qualities. 2 or so decades since its release, Chungking Express serves as a reminder that we can find beauty and loveliness in even the smallest of things. Its introspective quality, catalyzed by isolation and the world around us, seems to resonate much louder in 2021. Even in a can of pineapples, we can find meaning. And to the world around us, even a fraction of a centimeter can make all the difference. Hi, um, it's 20 past 5 in the morning. I don't know why I'm awake, but I just finished editing this video and I thought I'd add a little end card lah. This is actually my third time recording this end card, so maybe I'm just bad at talking into mics. I hope you liked the video. It's my first time doing a video essay sort of thing. The entire process took me around a week, which I think for video essays isn't that bad, but I certainly had bigger ideas for it, but it came out the way it did, and I'm sort of alright with that lah. If you guys are new to Wong Kar-wai, I definitely recommend you start off with Chungking Express. Story-wise, it's not like his other movies, even though he doesn't really have a typical story that he goes through. It still possesses the style that he's most known for, and it's a fun and casual start rather than his more serious movies like In the Mood for Love lah, for instance. But one of my favorite Wong Kar-wai movies is actually a short film that he premiered at the Berlin International Film Festival, I think, called Huayang de Nianhua. It's actually a 2-minute montage of Hong Kong movies that were thought to be lost, Hong Kong movies from like the 30s and the 40s. They found the footage in a warehouse in the late 90s, and he strung the footage together and put it to the golden oldie by Zhou Shuang, I think, called, ironically, Huayang de Nianhua. It's a really poignant and powerful thing, and I really do recommend you go watch it. It's on YouTube, so it's much more easier to watch. If you really like the video, please leave a like and share it with your friends. I think that'll really help. If you dislike it, leave a dislike. Do leave a comment about what other topics that you want me to talk about. I might consider doing a video on Nüberu Bag, even though I've not really seen any Nüberu Bag films. But if you have a suggestion, do leave a comment, or you can tweet me. I'm at TrianPlants on Twitter. I'll link it in the description, I think. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you stick around for the next video. Bye!